Hey drummers, it's Rob Litton here from drumstheword.com. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to this free mini song lesson where today I'm going to teach you one of my favourite songs. So just over on my Facebook page, the song Fergus Sings The Blues by Deacon Blue, drummed by the great Dougie Vipond, sorry if I'm pronouncing his name incorrectly. I've got all the PDF parts for you notated. You can download all 3 pages from my website for free. You'll find a link beneath this video. We've got all the main drum beats, all the cool drum fills, all the best parts, and with this you've basically got the whole song. So have this printed out in front of you as we go through this together. It's going to make it a lot easier for you to understand. And I recently just turned 14, believe it or not, last Tuesday. And so this is my birthday week, so I thought it'd be nice to offer something. And so over on my Facebook page, if you go visit there now, again you'll find a link beneath this video, you'll see that I'm offering an unprecedented 50% off my online membership. You're never going to get a bigger saving than that ever. Not when it's so cheap already, in my opinion. So if you want to go to my Facebook page, you'll find the coupon code over there, and then you can go to my website and purchase and get yourself 50% off becoming an online member. Where you get access to every single full video song lesson I've ever recorded and transcribed. Just let you know though that coupon runs out midnight on Sunday the 25th, so you've only got until the end of the weekend to take advantage of that offer. Okay, so we start off with the first 4 bars, and Dougie's doing a lot of improvisation on the hi-hats, and these 4 bars show you basically the main ideas he's doing. We've got the first bar, and we're basically playing 8 notes on the hi-hat. By the way, I think there's a tambourine playing in the background, making it sound like 16ths. It's not 16ths, it's 8 notes he's playing. Bass drum on all 4 beats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. End of the first bar, we simply get a right-left on the hi-hat, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1. And a 1. Second bar is exactly the same, except we double up those 2 hi-hat notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. I'm playing a 5-stroke roll and a 1. If your doubles aren't down, you might just want to leave out that kind of stuff. You can either play doubles or you can't. You practice them, learn how to play them, or you haven't. So you might just want to leave them out if you can't play them. But that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Sounds pretty cool once you get it down. Third bar just simply on its own, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the 4th bar has this rather cool little lick. We play 1 and it could just be the right hand playing that accent on its own louder, but I think it's the left hand coming down to play it with the right hand. 1 and. Then beat 2, we get this rhythm. 2, E, and. You can see where I've written above the hi-hat notes the accents. They're the notes that you're going to play louder. The hi-hat note on beat 2 that falls down with the bass drum is in a bracket. That's a ghost note that's played quietly. 2, E, and. 2, E, and. You'll see the motion naturally lends itself to that accent pattern. 1 and 2, E, and 3. 2, E, and 3. And then and again, the little 5-stroke roll, 30-second notes, and a 4 into an open hi-hat, 4 and a 1. And you'll play that left hand, that last hi-hat note, the left hand so his right hand can play a crash cymbal or a splash. I think he uses a lot of splashes in this. Really cool effect. So that bar slowly, there's a lot going on there. 1 and 2, E and 3 and 4, a 1. 1 and 2, E and 3 and 4, a 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, a 1. So let's hear all 4 of those bars played up to speed. Then at 34 seconds, Dougie goes into this section where there's no snare drum backbeat still, just the bass drum on all 4 beats, and he's basically playing this open hi-hat pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and every 2 bars on beat 3 and beat 4 he plays 3 E and 4 E and. The hi-hat hasn't changed, the open closing motion, we're just playing 3 E and 4 E and. 3 and beat 4 when it's closed, the ands when it's open. So we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. It could be just played with one hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. possible, but I think you play it with two hands. Just it flows easier and it sounds better. You could also just play the hi-hat notes on the ands when they're being opened. That might sound better. Again, I wasn't sure what Dougie was playing there, but that might work better just playing on the ands. Anyway, let's hear those two bars up to speed without me yakking on over the top. So then at 48, we get the first of these three really cool band stab, drum fill, solo things, which is a lot of fun to play once you get it down. We've got a 2-bar set of stabs that go with the brass section. Notice the first bar, we got 3 flams, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And what Dougie does each of the 3 times he plays this section is he fills in those gaps between those 3 flams in different ways. The first time is this way, 1 and 2, nothing on beat 2, 1 and 2 and 3, and the and of beat 3, he plays a classic fuddle-a-dump drum fill that so many drummers play. And 4, and to 4, and to 4. So we get, excuse me, a little tickly cough there. 3 and 4, and 3 and 4, and. Make sure that bass drum lands on beat 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Really fun to play that. Second bar, we get this 1 and 2E. So coming in on the and of beat 1, 1 and 2E and, straight up to an open hi-hat, and 2E and So it's a linear pattern, 2E and bass drum on the of beat 3. Flam on beat, the of beat 2, sorry. Flam on beat 3 where the hi-hat closes, 3, and then we get these 2 off-beat crashes on the and of 3 and the and of 4. 3 and 4 ands. And if you know the melody well enough, then you'll be able to follow the melody rather than have to count that. So we get the 2 bars, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Sorry, I count properly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Even slower because there's a lot of stuff going on in there, isn't there? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we go into this main drum beat. Now, I include the next line for you to give you the 4-bar pattern that gets, the 2-bar pattern that gets repeated. Coming out that offbeat crash on the and of beat 4, there's a big gap left before Dougie comes back down on beat 2 of the groove. So we get 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And he comes in with the hi-hat and snare drum on beat 2 there. 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And you hear it, you hear the bass drum go with the melody. On its own it sounds a bit weird. We're skipping over beat 1 every time with the bass drum. So bar 2, we just get the 2 bass drums on 3 and, not and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but always that bass drum on the and of 4 pushing the groove forward. Then the next bars 3 and 4 are the same as the first 2, except we have the hi-hat at the beginning of bar 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 4th bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I think that's a splash he uses there on the and of beat 4, again emphasising that upbeat. So let me now play for you those 2 lines, that drum fill into the first part of that groove up to speed. So at 1:09 we get this kind of Motown sort of thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, with the bass drums playing on 1 and 3 ands, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Then the second bar, he does this a few different ways as well. We get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 3 and 4 and. Hi-hat closes on its own on beat 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then it's extended bar, 1 bar extra. We go 1, 2, 3, 4 and. and that goes with the vocals, that offbeat crash cymbal stab there. But Dougie, on the recording, you can hear just one hi-hat foot come down on beat 4 just to keep the rest of the band in time. You don't have to if you're playing onto the recording. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we're in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, let's hear those 3 bars up to speed. Oh, by the way, I'm probably going to hesitate at the end. I think I do. I hesitate at the end like I'm about to go back into the song. And I suddenly realise, oh yeah, I'm teaching a drum lesson here, not performing for fun. Well, it is fun, but you know what I mean. Anyway, here we go. Okay, page 2, 1 minute 27. We get a basic drum beat. So this is where we got the snare drum backbeat on beat 2 and 4 finally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Simple as that, pumping the bass drum on all 4 beats. Bar 2 has this drum fill. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4. So it's bass. We leave the bass drum out for now. It's 3. I've written it as that tom. It doesn't matter what tom you use. I always go for the one in front of me. It's just easier. 3 and a 4. And we get this natural increase in volume, resulting in the and of beat 3 being ghosted, played quietly. So we get this 3 and a 4, 3 and a 4, and then and a on the same tom he used as the first note, and a 1, 3 and a 4 and a 1, 3 and a 4 and a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and a 4 and a 1. Let's hear those 2 bars without me talking. So 1 minute 46, we get a new variation of those band stabs. Starts the same with a flam on beat 1. Notice again, we still got the flams falling on 1, 3, and the and of beat 4 in the first bar. It's just what we're filling in between that changes. So this time we're playing 1 and I think he plays the tom and the bass drum at the same time. 1 and, because he does repeat that later on. 1 and 2 E and 3. 1 and 2 E and that bass drum leading us into the flam on 3, and then and 4 and 4 and. So 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 and then the next bar, the second bar is always the same. 1 and 2 E 3 and 4 and. That was rubbish. 1 and 2 E 3 and 4 and. So let's hear those 2 bars up to speed. Then at 202, I wanted to include this because it has a lovely little idea where the drummer fill sort of feeds into the offbeat crash stab at the end of the bar. So the first bar is our groove we talked about already. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Second bar, 1 and 2 and 3. 2 bass drums, add 3. And then he comes in with the drum fill on the snare drum with the left hand on the of beat 3. 3 E and 4 E and, which crashes, rolls into the crash cymbal on the and of 4. 3 E and 4 E and. I thought it was quite nice. We get this offbeat crash. The second bar slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and. And let's hear those 2 bars up to speed. So at 2 minute 41, we get a lovely little drum fill where Dougie is using the bass drum to fill in gaps his hands are missing out on the toms. Really nice idea. Very simple, but quite technical if you've never played these linear patterns. But by the way, linear patterns is just where your hands and your limbs, your feet and hands are swapping between notes, going up and down the body, not playing at the same time necessarily. That's a linear style drumming, and this is a linear style drum fill apart from one note at the end. So we get, it starts with the open hi-hats, 1 and 2 E and 2 E and then I do a next tom, 3 E and then I think he plays 2 toms together with the bass drum on 4, 4, and then and 1 coming out into the crash. 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and 1. It really flows nicely. And up to speed without the microphone on. So page 3 and 2 minute 58, we get our final band stab bits. This time it starts with 1 and then go up to your highest tom, and a 2 E and a 2 E and a. But that first tom comes down with a bass drum as well. Again on the and a beat 1. 1 and a 2 E and a 3. 1 and a 2 E and a 3. Into beat 3 and then and a 4 and same idea as our previous 3 examples, and a 4 and then bar 2, 1 and 2 E, 3 and 4 and. So 1 and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 E, a 3 and 4 and. And let's hear those 2 bars up to speed. So very near the end of the song, 3 minute 32, 3 minute 22, there's this offbeat snare drum action going on. First bar's just the groove leading into it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then the second bar has this rather peculiar snare drum and bass drum pattern. 1 E and, so snare drum falling in between the hi-hats there. 1 E and 2 and a 3 and 2 and a 3 and again snare drum on there falling in between the hi-hats, and then 4 E and always going into that offbeat crash. So 1 E and 2 and a 3 and 4 E and. 2 bars slowly, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 and a 3 and 4 E and up to speed. So then finally at 3 minute 35, the very end of the song, we get the 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Second bar, 1 and 2, and the song ends with 3, and I think he comes up to, I say this tom, he plays 3 to, and to 4, so it's a fuddle and dump, just not starting here, but here. Or you could be, it doesn't matter what toms you use, go down to your lowest toms, and to 4, and. Again, song ends on the and a beat 4, or not again it ends on the and, you know what I mean, and a beat 4 being used again. 1 and 2, 3 and a 4 and. 1 and 2, 3 and a, 1 and 2, 3 and a 4 and. So let's hear those finally, those 2 bars up to speed. So there you go. Got any questions? Feel free to email me, robert@drumsoftheword.com. Don't forget to download the free PDF, and don't forget to take advantage of the 50% off over on my Facebook page. Again, you'll find the coupon code there, which you can use over on my website. And what I currently offer, what you'll get 50% off, is online membership to my entire website, giving you access to every single full video song lesson I've ever recorded and transcribed. And that's coming up to 500 full song lessons now, where unlike this lesson where I just taught you the main parts, in my full song lessons I teach you every single bar from start to finish. You get the fully transcribed PDF drum chart, and like I say, I've got almost 500 full songs up on the website already. And so thank you for signing up. I give you access to hundreds more little videos teaching you many famous drum beats, fills and even drum solos. I give you 3 ebooks I've written over the years containing hundreds more famous beats, fills and solos. And then over the year of your subscription, you also gain instant online access to all the new material that I upload for my members. And I record every week unless I'm ill or on holiday. So you've got lots of cool stuff to look forward to over the year of your subscription. But any questions about any of that, just email me, robert@drumsoftheword.com. And until our next drum lesson together, toodle pip and happy drumming to you.